66 million years ago, a 6-mile wide rock struck the Yucatan Peninsula and ended a 165 million year empire. It was a cosmic fluke, a moment that changed the chemistry of our atmosphere and cleared the path for mammals like us to eventually inherit the Earth. But physics is a game of inches and seconds. What if that asteroid arrived just 30 seconds later? What if it missed the planet entirely and drifted silently into the void? We wouldn't be looking at fossils in a museum today. We would be looking at them through our windows. We call them extinct because it makes us feel safe, but science is never truly settled. Today, we are investigating the terrifying reality of speculative evolution, a world where the dinosaurs never died, but instead spent the last 60 million years refining their biology into the ultimate survival machines. This is what dinosaurs would look like in a modern world. Welcome to the world that should have been. Our investigation begins in the shadows of our own cities. In our timeline, the Troodon was among the most intelligent creatures to ever walk the Earth, a small feathered predator with binocular vision and a brain-to-body ratio that hinted at a growing self-awareness. If the asteroid missed, these creatures wouldn't have stayed in the primitive forests. They would have adapted to the concrete jungle. Meet the urban strider. After millions of years of predatory refinement, the strider has traded its vibrant feathers for a sleek, leathery hide that mimics the gray and grime of city shadows. Its fingers have elongated into skeletal tools capable of opening doors and picking locks. It doesn't roar. Roaring is for the primitive. Instead, it clicks. It has learned to mimic the sound of a malfunctioning street lamp or the distant tapping of a keyboard to lure its prey into the darkness. Look at the way it carries its weight in this reconstruction. It doesn't run, it flows. It has become the perfect urban ghost. But the smaller predators aren't the only ones that would have evolved. The Tyrannosaurus rex was already a biological masterpiece, but another 60 million years would have turned it into something much more calculated. We call this evolved lineage the grave titan. In a modern ecosystem, a 40-foot monster is too easy to spot. Evolution would have favored a more compact, efficient design. The grave titan is smaller than its ancestor, but far more dangerous. Its skin is now a thick, pebbled hide that acts like natural armor. Its sense of smell has been refined to the point where it no longer needs to see you. It can track a human heartbeat from over a mile away. It is a silent terrestrial shark. Imagine a world where suburban parks and dark alleyways aren't the territory of stray dogs, but of a creature that has had 60 million years to learn exactly how humans move. It wouldn't be a war, it would be a harvest. Perhaps the most disturbing theory in speculative biology is the Dinosauroid. In the 1980s, paleontologist Dale Russell suggested that if dinosaurs had continued to evolve, they would have eventually filled the same ecological niche as humans. This would result in an upright, sapient creature with a massive brain and high-functioning hands. But biology doesn't care about our standards of beauty. A dinosaur humanoid would be a masterpiece of reptilian logic, cold, calculating, and physically superior in every way. They wouldn't have built our world, they would have built something entirely alien. Imagine a civilization that views the world through golden, vertical slit pupils, a society where empathy is a foreign concept and logic is the only law. We have to ask ourselves, if they were here today, would we be their equals, or would we simply be the leftovers of a world they never allowed us to build? Now, we shift our investigation to the part of our world that remains almost entirely unexplored, the deep ocean. If the mosasaur had never vanished, the blue whale would likely have never existed. The evolved mosasaur, known as the Abyssal King, would have retreated into the deepest trenches of the sea to avoid the chaos of the surface. Over millions of years, it would have lost its pigment and its eyes, replacing them with a bioelectric reception so powerful it could feel the electrical pulse of a submarine from across the Atlantic. If we tried to explore the Mariana Trench in this timeline, we wouldn't find ancient shipwrecks or strange jellyfish. We would find a titan that has been waiting in the crushing silence for 60 million years. An apex predator that treats a nuclear submarine like a minor curiosity. Finally, we look to the one place where a prehistoric creature could live for 1 million years without ever being seen. The deep cave systems of our planet. Caves are biological time capsules. This is where the cave stalker resides. Descended from the Dromaeosaurid family, these creatures have adapted to a life of absolute sensory deprivation. They are wolf-sized killers covered in a fine layer of sensory protofeathers that act like whiskers, feeling the slightest change in air pressure. Their eyes have evolved to capture every single photon of light, reflecting back with a haunting glow. In the caves, there is no day and night, only the hunt. If you were to wander into their territory, you wouldn't hear them coming. You would only feel the sudden change in temperature as the cave stalker stepped out of the darkness behind you. We call this speculative biology, a mental exercise in what might have been. But as we look at these investigations and analyze the anatomical possibilities, it feels like more than a theory. It feels like a warning. History is written by the survivors, but nature doesn't always follow our human timelines. Maybe we're not alone on this planet. Maybe we're just living in the only version of Earth that got lucky enough to see the giants fall. Which of these evolved nightmares is the most terrifying to you? Do you believe that in some hidden corner of the world, these evolutionary paths are actually happening? Let me know your theory in the comments. I read every single one of your breakdowns. Share this with anyone who thinks dinosaurs are just a thing of the past. Hit that subscribe button to join our team of investigators as we continue to hunt for the truth hiding in the shadows of history. I'm Kay, and the past is much closer than you think.